Hello, everybody, and welcome back to World of Warships with your host Michion. How do you like my new Des Moines? It's nice, isn't it? Pretty. I have recently acquired it. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's a very good ship. Let's talk a little bit over what makes the Des Moines a good ship, in my opinion, that is. Let's start with the most noticeable fact. Well, one of the two most noticeable facts, and that is the guns. 5.5-second reload time, which you can drop down with the upgrade to around 4.7 seconds, is deadly. On 203 millimeter guns, that is deadly. It's not quite as fearsome as the Minotaurs, but the Minotaur shoots 152 millimeter guns, so there's that. The second most fearsome thing about Des Moines is the AA. That is the AA rating of the Des Moines, and it is, as you can see, 300 and actually no, it's a little bit more than that, isn't it? It's about 470 DPS at 7.2 kilometers without triggering defensive AA. Of course, this is with um, AA Guns Mod 2 and Advanced Firing Training, but I don't even have Basic Firing Training. Not sure if I'm going to get it or not, to be honest. It feels a little bit of overkill to use that. What else? Oh, yes. The interesting, let's call it interesting. The interesting shell mechanics, shell ballistics, more precisely. The Des Moines can shoot over most islands, as I'm sure most of you who have encountered a Des Moines will testify. It can just park next to an island and shoot over it, and you try to shoot back, and your shells just get you just hit the island and you never hit the Des Moines. That is something that Des Moines does very well. However, that comes as a well, it's both a strong side and a downside. The strong side is that, as I said, you can shoot over islands against ships that can't return fire. The downside is if you're shooting at long range, you need to give a lot of lead because the shells float in the air for a very long time. I'm not sure about the specifics, but I can tell you that I have both a Moskva, a Hindenburg, and a Zao, and the Hindenburg like shooting at max range, which is a much higher range, 70.8 kilometers, is a much more comfortable. I think I only have to lead it for about 10 seconds. With the Des Moines, it can be 13 or 14 seconds of lead time at 18.4. I do have the range module. What else? Armor is so-so, very so-so. The armor belt, which is the part you tend to want to angle, is only 27 millimeters. You're not going to bounce almost anything in 27 millimeters. So even when you angle perfectly, you're gonna get penetrated. You can angle to not get your citadel penetrated. That is the only useful thing about angling, to avoid getting your bow overmatched and getting bow citadeled, or like an angling enough to angle this citadel armor belt to bounce shells. Now again, very weak armor, not gonna hold up to a lot of punishment. If we're gonna take a look at a very drastic contrast, let's take a look at the Moskva. All right. So first of all, what we're going to see is that there we go, armor belt is 50 millimeters. You can angle 50 millimeters. Like there is nothing in the game that can overmatch 50 millimeters of armor belt angle like this. And also the Citadel armor belt 155. Again, you can angle this quite comfortably. But the armor belt is the most important thing. Hindenburg also 30 millimeters. Now that can be overmatched by a Yamato, but not by anything else really. So again, the Des Moines is very squishy. If it does get shot, it's very squishy. Let's take another example, the Zhao. Again, 30 millimeters. That's pretty much what makes the Des Moines special. Its fragility. Right, so this is 27 millimeters, means it can be overmatched by any tier 8 and above gun in the game, I think, possibly with the exception of the Bismarcks. But that is not really what's important. You're not supposed to be getting shot at. You're supposed to be sitting behind islands and farming damage. And if that sounds boring to you, well, let's just see. Let's just see. So, what have we got? Well, let's see now. Uh-huh. We have a game, my friends. We have a game. Let's see. Let's see if I can demonstrate just how good the Des Moines really is. This that is a very good, actually very good matchmaker, because they have a midway, and quite frankly, like I would, I'd like to demonstrate the effectiveness of the Des Moines AA. So, where are we gonna go? Good question. We have two options. Like when you play a Des Moines, as far as I could tell, again, not the like this is possibly my third or fourth game. Um, what you want to do is you want to find a nice little island to camp behind. Sorry, a nice little island to camp behind, and just farm damage really. Oh, excuse me. So what we can do, we can try and go for that island over there, and see if we can make it work. Like I said, I'm not very experienced in the Des Moines. Or we can go for this island. Now, this island, I'm not sure about it because I'm pretty sure if a battleship is over there, he can shoot me. Oh, by the way, like I said, 13.6 second lead time at max range. That is a lot of lead time. Reminds me of playing the Gearing. Those were very happy and at the same time very sad memories of having to lead so much that I like you miss almost every single shot. Like you hit one out of every salvo. The Des Moines isn't so bad, but it is still bad. Like as you can see, at 10 kilometers, you only need to give a 6 second lead time, and then again, when you go down to 5 kilometers, like it's just a bit over 2.5 seconds. So anything caught to like 5 or 6 kilometers away from you is dead. It is dead. The DPM on the Des Moines is probably the best in the game. Can't tell for sure because of the existence of the Minotaur, but generally speaking, it is the best in the game as far as cruisers are concerned. Can't speak much for battleships, to be honest. But yes. So if you are rushing a DD, and you can do that, and radar it and catch it like inside its smoke screen, you have a pretty damn good chance of absolutely obliterating it, which is nice. Now I'm detected by planes, which is like the last thing I'm worried about. 5 hits, nice. Oh, he ate some shit not from me. That was definitely not from me. Okay, that there are a lot of ships coming this way. That is interesting. Now what you want to be sure to do is make sure you don't push too much in, otherwise you're not going to be able to get away. And that's one plane down, and I got the cap as well, and two planes down, just flying them over me, completely oblivious to the fact that the Des Moines has. I'm tempted to say the best AA in the game, but then again, like there is the ridiculously good AA on the Minotaur, so possibly that has better AA in certain aspects. All right. I don't want to make myself a target to too many ships. And by the way, yes, I am armor piercing, using armor piercing against this lion. And yes, I am doing a lot of damage to him. This conqueror as well. You're never going to citadel one of those behemoths. You're never going to citadel a battleship, but you are going to do a lot of damage to him. Especially if he gets flooded. I'm not sure if he did, but he looks like he did. And if I'm that conqueror might be secondary spec, or that just might be his AA, like for his AA. Can't tell for sure. I'm not sure what is targeting me. It's not the Conqueror and it's not the Lion, but maybe it is the Conqueror. It is the Conqueror. Luckily, well, the Conqueror is shooting high explosive, and that's not going to do much damage. He would have done much more damage if he was shooting armor piercing. I'm hoping for that second fire, second permit fire to be completely fair. Ouch. Yeah, like I said, the the Moines tends to be rather squishy. Ah, I'm stealthed here. That's nice. I'm also beached. That is less nice. Let's try that again, shall we? This time, try not to get beached on the way. By the way, don't know if you noticed, but already, like, we're not very far into this game, and that Hindenburg is going, that Hipper, sorry, is going backwards, isn't he? Yes, he is. Right, we're gonna pull back here. They're too far away for me to do much damage at this point, so I'm just gonna pull back and reposition. And that is something you can do. Not like the Des Moines again. It's not a very fast ship. 33 knots. I think it's the top speed. But because it's rather stealthy, of course not as stealthy as. That's not gonna hit me, is it? I looks like it's not. Good. Yes, like I said. Oh, he was aiming them at where I was positioned, though. Looks like. Hmm. Good thing I moved, then, isn't it? Yes. Oh, never mind. Ran out of steam. Right, as I was saying, yes, not very speedy, but quite stealthy. Quite stealthy. Not quite Zhao stealthy, but it is quite stealthy. Alright, let's just give him a nice old parting volley. Volley. On that North Carolina. And load the armor piercing. Honestly, like, oh, that Iowa, please, yeah, he's not paying attention to me. Good. Would have been dangerous. Would have been very dangerous to have an Iowa shoot at my broadside like this. Fortunately, he wasn't quite paying attention at that point in time, and I managed to get away with my little trick. Uh, that that bomber is not going to be in AA range, no, unfortunately. However, that is a Montana, Missouri, and Kuchuzov. Bomber did not survive that. Unsurprising. All right. Well, we might as well go and cap. Like we have nothing better to do, and it looks like our team isn't very interested. Like I said, quite stealthy. Also, this is essentially hell for CVs because your AA range is 7.2 kilometers and your detection range by air is 7.8 kilometers. So they only have a 600 meters of range to play with while trying to spot you and not get their planes absolutely wrecked by you. Interesting little game, don't you think? Now, this is a very not sure if this is a good decision to be honest. If I start capping, they might send their. Not sure at all about this. Not sure at all. No, no, we're not gonna cap. If we cap, we alert them to our presence. And I rather like having. And we're spotted. Okay, yeah, that settles it. I was spotted by planes, so they know I'm here. Not gonna take them too long to realize that they should probably be shooting at me. Or possibly they will. You never know. Let's try for a long shot against this Mogami. Maybe he's gonna turn. No. 8,000 damage on the Iowa. Nice. It looks like the Iowa is completely oblivious to my existence. Alright, maybe I will go and cap. And put some More shots into the island, right over this island, as you can see. That's the ballistics I was talking about earlier. Yeah, got a fire on him. That's only the second fire. I haven't been using my high explosive too much in this game. And I'm shooting down planes just because Des Moines. Yeah, no one is targeting me. That's a rare occasion. Interesting. I have no idea why. Like, I am contesting their only remaining cap. You'd expect them to have some kind of interest in preventing me from capping it. Gonna use radar to see if the Yu Yang is close. He is not. He's not 10 kilometers close. Oh, this is another benefit of being in a Des Moines. Regardless of how alone you are sailing, there is no sane CV in the world that will send his planes against you. So you can just do whatever you want. Of course, if you do what you want, then you're probably gonna get focused down if you're going solo, and that is not what you want to be doing in Des Moines. You want to be the second line marksman, ideally. Now this Mogami is getting a little bit too cocky. Like he's shooting armor piercing into a very angled Des Moines, and Mogami does not have that good of armor piercing performance, as far as it might wish to think it does. And now he's showing me a little bit too much broadside. And when I say a little bit, I mean that I can citadel him. I haven't popped a single defensive fire yet. Don't need to. Nice. I'm actually surprised it didn't die straight out. I really want this cap, and the midway is getting, well, he's not in a good spot against that low yang, let's just put it like that. Alright, this is... Oh, you bastard. You reset me again. Not sure if that's the hipper or what. Well, let's put some shots into that Conqueror while we can. And that Lion while we can. If we can hit him. Looks like that's a very definite if we can hit him. Oh, I did hit him and set a fire. That's nice. The enemy midway actually has 4 kills. That is very impressive. Of course, we do have 4 caps, and they have none. So this is probably going to end on points, unless someone does something very stupid, like presenting a broadside Des Moines to a Conqueror and a Hipper, and getting spotted in the process. But who would do that, right? Right? I mean, who would be greedy enough to wager the game just to get like 200k damage, right? Know what I mean? That would be me. To be fair, this is actually very safe. The Conqueror can't shoot me from this. His shells will hit the island. Actually, surprised I'm not getting citadels. Ah, there we go. That's more like it. And there's the high caliber. But at that angle, I think we're going to be switching to high explosive for the final volleys. Oh, Missouri got him. Well, as you can see, that was a very, very casual 200, almost 200k damage done. I'm gonna take that as 200k damage with the two caps I got at the 17 planes. Yes, but as I said, very, very powerful ship, the Des Moines, if you play it right. I have seen many Des Moines. This Moines is, you know what I mean? Just sailed to Des Moines like they would a Zhao or a Hindenburg or something like that, and just it doesn't work for them because the Des Moines shooting at range is not it's not its forte. Like the thing it's good at is shooting at like that Hipper, 10-kilometer range Hipper. You saw how quickly that guy went from full HP, completely full HP, like no scratch on the paint, to dead. To be fair, the Missouri did get the kill, but still, you get my point. Also, plane kills like easy plane kills, and this is not even completely AA spec. I could still have gotten more AA spec out of this. And as far as the damage is concerned, if you take a good look, like I fired 204 armor-piercing shells in this game. I hit with 117. Most of those armor-piercing shells that I fired were at ranges of around 8 to 12 kilometers. I did 90k damage. The high explosive shells I fired 157. That's 20-30% more. Mostly at ranges of 16 kilometers, and I only hit with 157. So, oh, sorry, no. Yeah, sorry, I shot to 297. Yeah, that's a 50% increase. And I only hit with a 30%. That's because I was shooting at range. And at range, the Moine really, as a sniper, long range, no, not useful. Uh, Potential damage, not a lot. I didn't really let them shoot at me. And that's about it. Like as you can see, even on the Montana, sorry, not Montana, the Conqueror. Um, what the hell? Excuse me, fucking idiots. Excuse me, my clanmates are absolute nut jobs, and all of them are shitheads, and they all suck balls. Don't mind me. Anyway, as you can see, the Conqueror is, well, most of the damage I did to him was with high explosive and the fires, but look, quite a bit of it was the armor piercing right at the beginning. The Iowa took a lot of damage from my high explosive and fires, and the Hipper, 36k damage, and you saw how quickly he melted. Anyway, I think this demonstrated quite nicely the strengths and weaknesses of the Des Moines, and I hope you did enjoy this content. Like this is again fourth, maybe third or fourth match into Des Moines, and I do very much enjoy this ship. I think it's a very powerful ship in the right hands. So guys, take care. If you did enjoy this content, please leave a like and possibly even subscribe if you want to see more of this content, and I'll see you next time.